Hey loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Today I have a continuation of one of my other videos I did that you guys absolutely loved, mastering the 3 eyeshadow look, which is super flattering on almost everybody, and I'm actually going to do it today in cream shadows because so many of you requested that. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Alright, so as you can see, we have a brand new background. This is a complete work in progress. I have to add a ton more stuff to it, more lighting, so over the next few weeks, bear with me as I get that all set up, but I'm absolutely in love with it and so excited to have a new background for the new year. Alright, so I urge you all to watch the first video I did on this because it goes into really great detail on what eye shape this is for and kind of why I do certain things. But you guys all asked this to be, to do this in cream eyeshadow, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I will say this, my favorite way to do this is with matte shadows, but I know that not everybody likes to use matte cream eyeshadows, so just keep in mind you can use this with matte, you can use this with shimmery, but I do have one matte color, and the reason of these I'll show you as I go. Okay. So I have nothing on my eyes at all. If you have eyeshadow, eyelids that are oily, go ahead and prep those how you normally would. I don't necessarily have that, so I don't need to use eyeshadow primer, especially when I'm using cream. Okay, so today I'm going to be using this. This is by a company called Crazy. Is it Crazy? I don't really know how to say it. It's K-R-E-I-Z-I, and this is in Toffee. This one is in Do Tell, and then I am going to use this stick by Pixie, and this is in Bronze Blaze. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm first going to start out with an all-over shadow color. So I'm going to go into this guy right here, and we're going to put that all over the lid. This does have a little shimmer to it, so that is totally fine. This is going to add a little bit of light reflecting properties in the corner of my eye. And I like to do my eyeshadow really before I do the rest of my makeup, so this works for me. Going to do the other eye. And I'm not going to go all the way up into my brow because I really don't like this brow bone to be shiny. Now that's just a personal preference. If you like that brow bone area to be a little more shiny, then go ahead and bring it all the way up into the brow. But for me, I'm going to concentrate the color in these areas. All right, okay. Now what we're gonna do is we are going to go in with, you can, again, matte shadows probably would be better for this, but I'm just gonna show you when I'm doing it with a little bit more shinier ones. So I'm gonna take my pencil or my little pen and I'm going to draw the shape that I want. Okay, now remember when you're working with cream shadows, you wanna use a synthetic brush and then you can use a synthetic haired brush. In just 1 second, I'll show you how this works. So you're just gonna literally start to blend this out. Again, I always have a towel down here so I can wipe off the excess. Usually cream shadows dry down extremely quickly, so you gotta work very quickly and one eye at a time. All right. Just gonna take an old e.l.f. brush and just blend out this color, just on the edge. And again, you're gonna do the same tricks that we did on the other tutorial when we used powder shadows. So we're going in here, we're blending. And what's fun about cream shadows is you can actually be a little bit more messy than you normally would be because they have like a little bit more play area. I think like playtime, not necessarily when they dry down, but like they have more of a space to play because they're cream. So they blend out usually a lot easier. Yeah, see, already so pretty. Blending. The only part that kind of takes a little bit longer with creams is this blending out of the kind of outer second color, so up here, because with cream colors you can get a little bit more of a harsh line. Yes, I love that. Okay, great. Pretty, okay. So easy peasy. Now we're gonna take our matte color, wipe off our brush. Okay, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna do the same technique as in that video. But I like to use a brush like this with creams because it is more tapered at the end. This is a Merle Norman brush, but you can find any synthetic concealer brush. So you're gonna do, again, lay this on its side, pull it in, and pull it up into that crease, right? And a little bit in here. Okay, and again, just like the other video, build up in that outer corner, take your brush with nothing on it, and blend that out. Just like that. And again, we're just gonna build it up in intensity. However much you want to build this up is going to be your own thing. So if you want it super light, keep it light. If you want it super dark, obviously do the same. And again, these are just the most neutral colors, so you can of course do this with any shades that you might like. Look how pretty that is. Yes. Okay, we'll do the other eye. Again, on the side of the brush. So you're not gonna lay the brush flat, you're on the side of it, using its angles. And then into that outside third. Kick it up, outside third. And blend. These cream shades are actually new for me. I just got them in PR. They're really pretty. I'm just building this up a little bit more saturation in here. If anyone knows how to say the brand name of these shadows, please let me know. I really don't love not knowing how to say a name, but I have dyslexia really bad, and things like this just are not my strong suit, which is basically learning new words and spelling them out or sounding them out. Not my strength. So I wanted to put all my makeup on so you could see the finishing touches, but I think the eyes turned out beautifully. It really is very, very quickly, or very, very quick, I should say. Okay, so if you wanted to leave it like this, obviously totally okay. Now, if you wanted to add in your bottom lash line, it's probably the simplest part of this. Take an angled brush, take usually your matte shadow. Literally, this is the easiest thing ever. And tap it in. And then you can use your finger to smudge it out a little bit. Just like that. And there you go. Now I'm gonna actually forego the mascara on the bottom lash line because I just love how this is looking. Okay, so I want to leave you with a couple things. When we're using cream eyeshadows, they A, last a lot longer than powder shadows. B, they do have a little more, they're not as, what am I trying to say? They can be a little more difficult to blend than a powder shadow sometimes, but it is really beautiful when you buff out the edges and really take that time to buff out this edge with a cream, because it actually fades that color a lot less than it would like a powder. Almost if you were to blend out a powder, it almost would blend out to nothing. Creams actually kind of blend that color out. So that's really nice. See, you know, the thing is that there isn't as much playtime as with powder shadows because for the most part, cream shadows are supposed to dry down. That is part of their thing. They dry down. And so they basically become water resistant, and some are even waterproof. So it might take just a little time to experiment and to get good at this, but literally the same philosophies and techniques really apply here like they applied with the last video we talked about. All right, now the last question I usually get when I use cream powder or cream products or blushes is, do I need to set them? For the most part, you don't. If you wanted to go over your crease or something like that with powder, you are more than welcome to, but especially eyeshadows, they really do dry down. So it's a little bit different than a cream blush that has a tendency to stay kind of dewy and luminous. The eyeshadows, for the most part, the ones that I've tried, really dry down and they don't really go anywhere. So I hope this little masterclass helps you really know how to use creams in the same really eye flattering technique, and I can't wait to see it. So if you guys do this technique, post it on Instagram or something, tag me, and I can't wait to see them. All right, loves, I'll talk to you soon. Lots of love from me to you. Bye.